Just a few weeks ago, in the aftermath of a nerve agent attack that targeted a former Russian spy in the UK, this is practically all we heard from Democrats and critics of President Trump. Listen.
Why on earth does Donald Trump not call out the Russians? They're attacking our allies. They're attacking our allies, and he's looking the other way. That is a disgrace.
That's Max Boot, one of the president's fiercest critics. Well, the president did this instead.
The Trump administration is expelling 60 Russian diplomats in response to the poisoning of a former Russian double agent and his daughter in England.
Oh, but that wasn't enough. Democrats have also been relentless in making this demand.
Putin will cooperate for two reasons. One is it's because it's in his interest, or because you're taking tough actions against him, like going after the oligarchs on whom he's so reliant, which Trump won't do.
Someone was listening. So what did President Trump do today?
We do have some breaking news to bring you right now. The Trump administration is imposing new sanctions on Russian oligarchs and government officials.
Oh, CNN. But don't expect to stop hearing this from the president's critics.
There's still the question of why President Trump has not taken a more aggressive public stance against Vladimir Putin. The president has not publicly said anything.
There are always still questions. So will President Trump ever get credit for cracking down harder on Russia than President Obama ever did? Joining us now with reaction is Stephen Cohen, professor of Russian Studies at New York University. Mr. Professor, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So I'll ask you that question. Will this president ever get credit for cracking down on Russia?
Well, they keep telling him to get tougher, and they keep moving the goalpost, and the end zone is war.
The critics, you're saying. His critics are saying, get tougher. When he does get tough, they say that's not enough. And ultimately, you're saying that if you went that tough, it leads us somewhere.
Well, I mean, if you want to ask me whether Trump has been tougher than Obama on Russia, if we quantify it, the answer is probably yes. He's expelled more diplomats. He's leveled more sanctions.
He'd like to expel Democrats if he could.
Yeah, he would. But look, here's the problem. You and I, and you got a family, I'm guessing, we're in danger. I would say the gravest danger in regard to Russia since the Cuban Missile Crisis. We're in a new Cold War. It's not a joke. It's much more dangerous than the last. We're in eyeball-to-eyeball military confrontation, Ukraine, the Baltics, and Syria.
Sure. He sent weapons to Ukraine as well, something the Obama administration
But stop and think. I'm older than you, so I remember this vividly. Throughout my lifetime, every American president, Democrat or Republican, has been empowered to deal with the leader in the Kremlin to keep us out of war and prevent nuclear war.
Maintain a relationship.
Right. By the way, the three presidents who did that the most, was called détente, were Republicans, Eisenhower, Nixon, and Reagan. Trump senses we're in grave danger with Russia. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to Putin about international terrorism and the new nuclear arms race. If he picks up the phone and calls and says, let's talk, his critics here say it's treason. So, well, it's not funny. I mean, we're in danger, and we've always looked to the president. I didn't vote for Trump. I oppose some of his policies. But his statement that it's essential to cooperate with Russia is the truth. And every American should support that and not attack him for trying to do it, because he's our safety wall between
So you're saying it's a smart move to be professionally tougher, but personally a little bit more friendly. We have to leave it right there, unfortunately. In these moments, you need wisdom, and that's exactly what we'll need to navigate this tough course. Professor, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. An expert on